Alright, so here's an update on the Atlatl video. I actually found a piece of wood that I think I'm going to use instead of the original piece that I had. This was something I was going to originally turn into a war club of some type. But I think, for a number of reasons I could get into, this will be best suited as an Atlatl. I think, you know, for what I wanted to do, the wood's a little bit too hard to work with the tools that I have. But you can see this has a nice hook right there. If I drill a hole in there, put a piece of bone or a piece of hard wood in there, this weight is perfect. This is beech. This is another piece of fallen beech wood. And by fallen, I mean it had gotten taken out in a storm. It was still alive when I harvested this, but it was, you know, the tree would not recover. It was completely broken over. It's been seasoning in my basement ever since. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill the hole, you know, so I can put the spur in there, and then I'll do my fine work after that. So keep you posted. I'll show you after I drill the hole. Alright guys, here we are. This is the progress with the Atlatl. So again, beech handle. I chose to use river cane for my spur. I drilled my hole for the spur as far up as I could so I can get the, you know, the most purpose out of that angle, that natural angle that the branch provides. The angle of my spur is a little bit higher than maybe what you see out there, but I think it's going to work. I kind of like that. I'm going to trim it down probably to about here. We'll see, and then we'll come back and I'll let you know what it looks like then. So I'm going to take this edge that I sharpened. It's going to be out this way. So that's going to be right there. Is going to be where the dart lies. Get a better picture than that. So this is what it'll look like once you have the spur in there. You hold it here, the dart will lie all the way across. Now we just have to finish it with some primitive glue in there.
You only missed 5, and the stroke is like 25,000. How many inches now? You only missed 8.
So now that the hole's drilled and the spur is cut, there's not much left to do but to glue it in. So I'll give it a quick check to make sure everything is straight. This one seems to be straight, at least straight enough. Sometimes if you move the spur around a little bit, you can find a sweet spot where it sits a little bit straighter. I'm using tea lights here, but I do find that votive candles, they work a little bit better. The glue I'm about to use is a pine pitch glue. It's a recipe of pine pitch, ash, usually a little bit of deer scat, sometimes some beeswax, depending upon the consistency. The more beeswax you use, the softer it will be a little bit more pliable. This particular recipe doesn't have any beeswax in it. And I'm just going to melt it in the flame and spread it all over the spur. And it doesn't have to be neat. We're just getting it on there. We're going to melt it in the flame and adjust it anyway. So, as you can see, it's not pretty, but it's on there. We'll heat it up. Now you have to move quick here, because in this particular situation, once you heat it up and you insert that spur, you really only have one shot. It's not like a knife where you can reheat it up after the fact. The way that hole's drilled in there, it's very, very difficult to get enough heat into that wood to be able to melt that glue again. It can be done, especially since I drilled a hole all the way through the back. You can't really see it, but I did that on purpose in case I needed to heat it up a little bit. But this is kind of a one and done process. Now that I have the spur in there, I'm just going to put a little bit more of the primitive glue around the edges just to fill in the cracks, give it as much structural integrity as I can. This is where a softer glue would probably be beneficial. This glue is a little bit harder, a little bit more brittle, so it's probably going to be a little bit more subject to cracking and breaking through stress. But this is just a down and dirty Atlatl, so it'll be just fine. There it is. I like that angle too. And it really is that easy. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. I'll be making the dart soon. Until next time, everybody have an awesome day. I hope you're doing well. Be good.